Hello everyone and welcome to day 3. So we're at the end of week 1 of our Beyond Resolutions challenge. Proud of you all for have made it for making it this far so far. And today it's just going to be nice and easy mobility. We've got 5 moves plus a little bit of breathing to do at the end. Alors bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue au jour 3 de notre challenge au-delà des résolutions. Aujourd'hui, on va faire de la mobilité, c'est bien simple. On va faire 5 mouvements suivis de la respiration. On va parler un petit peu de respiration et on va parler d'un technique et on va faire le technique de respiration à la fin. Alright everyone, so we're going to start in what's called child's pose. Okay, on va se rendre dans la position de l'enfant. Alors on s'assoit sur les talons, écarter les genoux. On met les mains devant nous, on allonge au niveau des bras et de la colonne vertébrale et on pousse la tête entre les biceps. Okay, so we're sitting on our heels, widening the knees, pushing our head through our arms, so ears beside the biceps while we lengthen the spine and the arms out in front of us. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds, so I want everyone to breathe and allow the blood to allow some oxygen to circulate into our muscles and allow us to lean a little bit deeper into the stretch each time. The more we breathe, the easier the stretch is going to become and maybe we can get a little bit more range of motion. Alors le plus qu'on respire, le plus qu'on développe un petit peu d'amplitude de mouvement et le plus qu'on peut atteindre le stretch profond. You can see Danielle in the back doing a bit of a modified one. If you're not comfortable going to the ground, you can simply kneel and then reach onto, she's using a yoga block, but you can use whatever surface that you'd like. And walk those hands slowly back into a neutral position. Now I want us to go into a quadruped position, which means all fours, just a fancy way of saying all fours. So knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Alors les mains en dessous des épaules, les genoux en dessous des hanches. Et ce qu'on va faire, on va tordre le haut du corps en mettant le coude, l'épaule et la tête au sol. Okay, so we're going to twist our upper body by keeping our knees straight. And we're going to reach through and put our elbow, shoulder, and head on the floor. So we can see Marc-André and Roger, they're doing the ground version. But as we can see back here, Danielle is actually taking a different approach, maybe not for anybody who's not able to reach all the way to the floor. That's fine. We're going to put our head or shoulder, for that matter, on something, breathe a little bit, and hopefully at some point we're going to be able to go get that range of motion that maybe we're missing. Okay, so once again, we're going to be holding this position. Hopefully I'm not blocking Danielle too much. I'll maybe sit down a little bit in child's pose like this. We're going to be holding this for another 30 seconds, so breathe deeply. Et comme j'ai dit avant, à chaque fois que vous respirez, à chaque fois que vous expirez, vous devez sentir la sensation de relief et vous serez capable de descendre encore plus profondément dans votre étirement. Okay, come on up out of that stretch. By the way, these 30 seconds are called Coach Saul 30 seconds. So they may feel more like 45 seconds, but it's just because sometimes I lose count. Okay, other side. So reach through, head and shoulder and elbow on the floor. Grande respiration. Et on essaie de garder cette position de torsion au niveau du tronc. Okay, and as you can see here, I have my knees a little bit wider, not only to let you see Danielle, but maybe you're someone who has the range of motion in your spine to twist, but maybe you need to be a little bit closer to the ground to get that shoulder and head to the floor. That's totally fine. Okay, so rest your head on a yoga block. Okay, you can keep your bum nice and high in the air. That's the kind of RX, or that's the prescribed exercise, but modify as needed. Breathe deeply. And come on out of that stretch. I think that was probably pretty close to 30 seconds there. Awesome. Okay, now I want everyone to come on up to their feet. We're going to be doing a movement called bootstrappers next. This is more of a dynamic stretch. Alors, on va faire un étirement dynamique cette fois-ci. Okay? Et ce que s'appelle un bootstrapper, on va soit attraper les pieds, les genoux, ou bien encore plus haut si vous avez besoin. On va aller dans la profondeur de notre squat et on va élever les fessiers pour sentir dans les ischios. Ok? Alors on va attraper n'importe quoi. So we're going to grab whatever we can, the toes, the shins, the knees, and then we're going to just go up and down with our bum from the bottom of our squat to the hamstring stretch. Okay, you can go wider in your squat if you need to. You can just keep your hands on your knees. We want to make sure that at the top of the stretch that we have our legs straight. So if you find you can grab your toes but you have to bend your knees, you're not getting the maximum stretch out of here. So I want you to make sure that you're keeping your legs completely straight, even if that means moving your hands up to your knees or your shins or whatever it is. Okay. Encore une fois, on fait cet étirement pendant 30 secondes. Alors faites de votre mieux, juste de respirer avec chaque mouvement. Synchronize the breath with the movement. Okay, so exhale as you stretch out those hamstrings. Maybe inhale as you sit back down, or you can do a full breath for each movement. Okay, so stretching out those squats, pushing the knees out, and then standing and stretching those hamstrings. Okay, alors la profondeur de votre squat, on pousse les genoux vers l'extérieur et ça travaille un petit peu un effort des fessiers en bas du squat. Et là, on monte les fesses pour sentir l'étirement dans les ischio-jambiers. Nice job, everybody. 3, 2, 1, and come on up nice and slowly out of whatever stretch you are to a standing position. Beautiful. Next, we're going to get into what's called a 90-90 stretch. So I want everyone to have a seat on the floor, okay, or whatever you're on. Maybe I'll go on a bit of an angle so you can see Danielle a little bit while I'm demonstrating this. Okay, perfect. So what's going to happen here is feet are going to be outside the hips. Okay, I don't want your feet close to your hips, which is the reason for this is because when we let our knees fall, our legs are going to bang into each other. So the reason it's called a 90-90 stretch is because we want 90 degrees in both knees. Ok, alors on veut atteindre 90 degrés dans chaque genou. Alors on écarte en dehors des hanches et on laisse tomber les deux genoux à un côté, suivi de l'autre côté, juste comme ça. Et si vous remarquez que votre pied c'est trop proche de l'autre genou, étendre la jambe un petit peu plus, juste pour atteindre cette 90 degrés. Okay, so if you notice that you let your knee fall and your foot's a little bit too close to your knee, not straighten, but extend your leg a little bit in order to achieve that 90 degrees in both knees. Now you can see Danielle in behind. Maybe for someone who isn't comfortable rotating at that level, we can let our one knee fall to the inside and then back to the outside, and then let the other knee fall to the inside and then back to the outside, which is perfectly fine. And like I said before, we're going to go for 30 seconds here. Okay, what we want to do is we want to inhale when our knees are facing the top, exhale as we let our knees fall, and try and reach both knees to the floor and try and feel a little bit of comfort eventually in this position. In later videos in this series, we're going to make sure that we touch a little bit more on the 90-90 stretch, which is going to help us achieve a bit more comfort and a little bit more mobility in internal and external rotation. Ok, je pense que ça fait 30 secondes au moins. 3, 2, 1, time. Ok, je veux maintenant que tout le monde prend une position relax. Okay, so for us, we're going to sit. I want everyone to take a comfortable position and relax. For us, we're going to sit with our legs crossed or extended, whatever. You can even sit on the couch or something like that for this. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to practice some box breathing. If you have a square, like it could even be a sheet of paper near you, and you want to actually trace the outside of that sheet of paper with your finger while we breathe, you're more than welcome to do that. But that's the reason we call it box breathing, is because we want to inhale for a count of 5, hold our breath for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 5, and hold our lungs empty for a count of 5. We're going to do that 5 times. Okay? So everybody's sitting in a nice comfortable position. I'm not blocking any of my ambassadors here. Okay, and what I want us to do is I want us to close our eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Rotate your hands facing the top to make sure that your external rotation of your shoulders opens up the chest. Okay, and I want us to take a nice deep inhale for 5 seconds. 4, 5, hold your lungs full. 3, 4, 5, exhale slowly over 4-5 seconds. Hold your lungs empty. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold, lungs empty. Inspiration. Tiens, poumon plein. Expirez. Tiens, poumon vide. Inspiration. Tiens, poumon plein. Expirez. Tiens, poumon vide. Dernier, inspiration. Tiens. Expirez. Tiens, poumon vide. We can now open our eyes and return back to our regular breathing. This is an excellent technique, and it's proven actually to reduce stress. So if you're ever feeling stressed, everyone, this is a great way of maintaining our goals by not getting overwhelmed by them, right? Reducing stress through breathing. So you can use that technique. I personally use it also to help me sleep at night. I do a couple of those, and sometimes I don't even make it to 5 breaths. I'm already asleep. Okay, so awesome job everyone for this mobility and the breathing exercise. Merci tout le monde, bravo. C'est une technique qu'on peut utiliser de respirer pour réduire le stress dans notre vie, pour aider à atteindre nos buts, en ne pas être trop overwhelmed, trop... Ouais, exact. Ok, alors bravo tout le monde, on se voit la semaine prochaine pour semaine numéro 2 des Au-delà des résolutions. We'll see you next week for the week 2 of Beyond Resolutions. N'oubliez pas de chercher le mot mystère dans la vidéo et de rentrer dans le lien qui se trouve dans la description ou sur notre site web. Don't forget to find the mystery word within this video and enter it in the link which is found in the description.